Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the Subaru Impreza 911 WRX STi 04 because I've done the engine swap in this one. This is pushing over 660 brake horsepower and just under 1400 kilos, and that's because it's a 700 pp build. Now the reason for that is because 800 pp the fuel economy was just awful, and at 600 pp just didn't have enough to get it over the line. Just coming in second or third, just couldn't catch Cockabon at all. He was just too quick in that car. So unfortunately that was a non-starter. So I will have a play around gear ratios and whatnot and see if there's any way of improving that for you. But trying to not lose so much power, it was quite difficult. Now getting back into this, the reason that I've come to the Nordschleife before you start going, oh, he's back here. Well, here's the reason why. Look at that graph. So Lancia Delta engine swap with the Nismo, Porsche 911 donor car for this, Alfa Romeo 4C, Ferrari 458 engine, the TVR Tuscan engine swap again. This car needs to be able to power through this. It's got to be quicker than that 911 surely I can beat that 656 in this, maybe even a Lancia Delta. So fingers crossed. You know, this car's pushing 200 mile an hour as is, and that's even with it being reduced down massively on power. So let's get into this. I'll go through a full build with you. If you want to see the other video where I've done the swap, and in the other video, just a quick one, it's Subaru stock, Subaru maxed out, engine swap Subaru maxed out. And you see the difference and you see whether it's worth you spending that much needed credits on that car. What I'll do, I'll jump into this and let's see how fast we can get it to go. Let's go. Okay, so even though this thing is a 911 engine swap car, it is still very, very fast, as you can see with the pickup between the gears. So the first thing to do is make sure we get everything dialed in, which is what I've done. And then make sure that you can see, using all that telemetry at the bottom of the screen, how I'm driving, what the cars like to drive, because you can see me steering, you can see acceleration, braking, changing gear, you can see everything. And the reason that I've come to this track is because when I'm doing tuning for you guys, I need to make sure that these cars are not only good enough, but more than good enough. You want a car that's going to be able to win and make sure that it's fun at the same time to drive. I mean, this thing is just phenomenal. And you know, even with that update of where you're able to get a bit more force feedback in steering wheels, you know, I think it's absolutely brilliant. And I absolutely love the way this thing drives and feels, especially through the steering wheel. It's great. So pushing it now all the way down here, you can see we'll come to this section, hard on the brakes, and it'll just handle it all. That little backfire then, that was nice, wasn't it? Now, I've got a couple of other engine builds that are coming up, so they'll be dropping on the channel over the next week or so. There's quite a few. Let's judge that corner again, silly me. Right. Now the reason that I want to beat that 911 score is because that's going to definitely let me know this was worth it. Because that 911 is a 700 pp tune as well. And if this has the same engine, then surely you'd want it to be better after spending the best part of $250,000 credits, putting it together, getting it dialed in. You're probably looking at around 400,000 credits, I think, including the car all in. Right. Like I say, those of you that go to Le Mans and you love grinding there, Fuel Map 6 will get you 2 laps. And you will get Blasnan, McEwen and Portier at the end of the Mulsanne straights. This thing's just eating it all up, isn't it? Come on, come on, come on. Gonna keep pushing. Off a little bit. It's still quick at gaining some speed here. Do you think it's going to beat that time? I hope it will. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, where are we at? It's going to be close. Looking at that time and where I am on track, I can tell you now this is going to be very close. Come on. Come on. That's a good thing. No, 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 no. Too wide. Saved it. The good thing with these engine build is, like I say, it's not the only one I've got. I've managed to find how many engines I have available by checking all the different cars at GT Auto, because they don't all show at your garage. I've got several engine swaps that I was actually waiting to get the engines to do, and then found I've already got them. So you just, because you kind of forget, don't you, what you get on those roulette tickets. Whoa. Come on, pushing it. Come on. Come on. Nearly lost it then. Really unthrowed it into these corners. I have no idea how much I want this to win. I have a far better time than that other car. That Porsche. Go, come on. For 1 minute. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, so the other one was at 6:56, I think. Oh, come on, you could be the fastest one. 30 seconds. 197. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, come on. Come on, get across the line, Yes! Oh, dear, that was worth it. Oh. And there we have it, 6:43.1, and you know what that means? You know what that means? Yeah, that takes it to top spot. Look at that, 6:43.1. What a car. I'm so glad that is number one. So now you know that's its top spot, and it's so fast. It's 8 seconds quicker than a Lancia Delta Nismo engine swap. That is insane. Right, let's get into the build, and you can enjoy this car for yourself. So get your Impreza Sedan WRX STi, follow me to GT Auto, and we'll go through what you need to get and how to make this car. Okay, so now you've got your Subaru, the first thing you're going to need to do is go to car maintenance and service, and this is where that engine swap will all begin. So you go to engine swap on the bottom right, and you want the 911 engine, and just get that thrown in there. It's 250,000 credits, but judging by what you've seen and how this car has developed and been performing for me, I would definitely say it's one that you're going to want to do. Then you want to get a wide body installed on there, because this car's going to look phenomenal. And then what we'll do is we'll just go back and we'll just go to car customization. So just click on there, and then the first thing that you're going to need to do on there is just go to custom parts, and we'll get this little bit out of the way. So on the front you want type B, side type B, rear type B, that gorgeous diffuser, and on the wing a custom wing set. Now I've gone for a high wing set and type 20 just because I think that just adds a bit more of a nicer look to the car, but each to their own, and you can just click R1 all the way to the end and get a good view of your car. So you can have a medium wing or a low one, but I went for the brash high one just to make sure that's what I liked. So now that's all installed, go to racing items. You can choose to add a bonnet pin, tow hook, and a roll cage. You want to get type C, get that added in there as well, that's quite important. And then under other you can change your light bulb, number plate and caliper colour. Now on the front grille you'll notice that I've gone for type A. Now that cost me 1,000 credits, and it was just to remove that STI badge. So definitely bear that in mind if that's what you're going to be looking to do. Okay, so now that we've done that, if you go to wheels, and then if you see the wheels that are on there we go, Volk Racing TE37s. Now the thing is with these, I've gone for 18-inch wheels, rim width wide, offset will be standard. Okay, so make sure you've got that on, give you a greater contact patch with that rim width being wide, because it allows you to have that wider tyre. So get those installed on the car, and as you can see that car looks absolutely phenomenal. And then all you do then, if you like making liveries, make your own, or if like me you want to go to load style, you can click on there, content search again, and that is all the liveries you can make. 77 pages for this car, there's so many amazing ones that you can choose from, and just pick one that suits your fancy. And there's always, if in doubt, flat out Colin McRae liveries as well, there's plenty of those. So pick your livery, get it on, and then once you've done that, follow me to the tuning shop and we'll get the rest of this build underway. Staying at the tuning shop, here's all the things you're going to need to make this car an absolute monster, and it can perform over 1,000 brake horsepower when it's maxed out. So weight reduction stage 1 is the first thing you're going to need to get from sports. Club sports, you want to get a high lift camshaft, weight reduction stage 2, power restrictor and a ballast. Semi-racing, you want to get a racing crankshaft, fully customizable computer, high RPM turbocharger, a fully customizable LSD, weight reduction stage 3 and increase your body rigidity. Under racing, it's stroke up, engine balance tuning, polish ports, anti-lag system, a racing intercooler, racing air filter and a racing silencer, as long as a racing exhaust manifold, racing brake pads, racing brake kit, brake balance controller, fully customizable suspension, racing clutch and flywheel, a torque vectoring center differential, fully customizable racing transmission, and a set of racing hard tyres. Now you can get the other tyres if you like, this is based on racing hard tyres, but if you're going to max it, you might as well grab the others while you're there. Under extreme, go for the carbon ceramic brake kit. Again, it's if you want that more stopping power, that's what I'd recommend to get there. But this car is absolutely phenomenal with the others. And intermediate tyres, because we all know what Le Mans throws up on that 700 pp race. Now ultimate, titanium connecting rods and pistons and a carbon propeller shaft, and you can only access ultimate if you're level 50 or over, so again please bear that in mind. So now we've done that, let's go back to the garage, get in that setting sheet and get this thing dialed in for 700 pp and a phenomenal race for you at Le Mans and anywhere else you can throw this car in. So here we are back at the garage, and here's the things that you're going to need to make this 911 Subaru an absolute beast on the track. So you can see 700 pp pushes 664 brake horsepower, and this car is really good, and it's, you know, a 10-second car all day long, so you know Dom Toretto would be happy. So now body height adjustments, 125 at the front and 145 at the rear. Anti-roll bar, 6 at the front and 9 at the rear. Now your damper ratio compression, you want 35 at the front and 40 at the rear. And your damper ratio expansion, 35 at the front and 40 at the rear. Now your natural frequency, I've gone for 2.4 at the front and 3 at the rear. And your negative camber angle, 2.5 at the front and 3 at the rear. Now your toe angle, I've gone for a toe in at the front of 0.05 and a toe out at the rear of 0.15. Now, as you can see down on the initial torque, it's 7 front and rear. Your acceleration sensitivity 30 front and rear, and your braking sensitivity is 5 front and rear. If you are struggling to brake, please stick this to a higher level. It's going to help you no end. And if you're struggling with the acceleration, just slow this down, or even the initial torque down to 5. Okay. Now, the front and rear torque distribution, I've gone for a 40-60 split, but of course you can make the alterations that you need for however best suits you and your driving style. Now on the aerodynamics, I've gone for 73 at the front and 23 at the rear. ECU, fully customizable, 75%. Like I say, when this thing is maxed out, it is unbelievable. Over 1,000 horsepower. Ballast, 200 kilos, and that's negative 50, so right at the front. And power restrictor, leave that alone, 100%. Your transmission, make sure your automatic KMH is set to 290, and manual adjustment, make these changes. You want first gear 2.769, second gear 2.013, third gear 1.556, fourth gear 1.246, fifth gear 1.012, and sixth gear 0.847. That's a final drive of 3.830, and this is revving over 8,000 RPM. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, of course, if you want your car to go faster in that higher gear range, just click on 6th gear and just go to the left and increase that gear ratio. That's all you pretty much need to do. You can adjust these to make sure that you don't have any lag in between gears, but that's what I do if it was me and you wanted that longer gear ratio, especially on that Mulsanne straight, if you feel you can get a little bit more power. But as it is, it still pushes 190 and it is phenomenal on that back straight. As you can see, that's everything else installed in there. Now you're probably wondering, why did you get the turbocharger and whatnot added on? Well, the reason for that is because you can max this thing out as well. So up here I've done a max all tracks, and you can see, look at that, it's over 1,000 horsepower. It pushes 800 pp, and this thing is an absolute animal. So it's an 8.5 second car, not of a quarter mile. Look at that, it's absolutely brilliant in every sector of improvement. So all you do, high RPM, anti-lag system, set that to strong. Everything else, dial it all the way up, and that is the changes that you need to make. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and leave the rest of the settings alone on this car. So now you've done that, go and have a great day. Tell me what you think. How did you get on with the car? Did you win? Do you enjoy it? Do you like these kind of builds? And what engine swap do you want to see next? But for now, I'll leave you with that, and you have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next build.